welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is GreatWhiteNortherner, and we're here with a little bit of silver today. So, I was over at the coin shop the other day, and had to pick up some coin tubes and pages and so on, just as I've been coin roll hunting and finding some stuff I need a little bit more storage. And so I was over there, and I thought I would take a look through their junk silver. I tend to do that, always looking to see if they've got some nicer quality coins in their junk silver. Tend to pull those out either to try and fill holes or to improve what I have in my own collection in my books here. So I did find some coins to bring home. Not a great time to be doing that, certainly with the price of silver where it's at. I think I paid it was over 21. It was over $21.50 for a $1 face value in Canadian for these coins. So keep in mind, for those of you from the States, that this is these are 80% silver, these coins, and of course we are at a probably around a $1.35 exchange. I haven't looked at the exchange lately, but somewhere in that range. So yeah, so it's pricey. But I think silver's probably going to continue to go up. I have no fear that will be a bad investment over time. And you know what? I'm doing this as much for fun as I am for the silver stacking part of it. So anything that I take out of my collection will go into my silver stack, and then these ones will, if I've got some that replace what I've got, then of course those go in my collection. So a little bit of collecting, a little bit of stacking. So let's do the 50-cent pieces first. I got my book out here for the 50-cent pieces, and we have the, I think I got 6 50-cent pieces here. I love the design on these coins. They're very sharp. These are all in great shape. This was just in their junk pile of all the silver that they have that, what would you call, Confederate silver, I guess we call it here. Junk silver, whatever. It's just old silver coins. So we've got 2 here that I don't have at all. So we've got a 1937 and a 1938. Pretty decent shape. A little bit of grunge there, or toning, not sure. At the top of the coin there, it's a King George head, King George VI, same as the 1937. Basically the same kind of, I don't know, that's toning. That is toning on there, yeah. And the King George VI head on the back, both in pretty decent shape, except there's a pretty good gouge I noticed on the back of this guy. But either way, still going to be nice to have for the collection, because I didn't have it. My earliest 50-cent coin was actually a 1940. So I didn't have anything before that, so I can put some flips on those, and that will go directly into the collection. The other stuff I was looking at is the... I think I pressed a button as I went to switch hands. But anyway, so we're down here looking at the other coins that I've got today. So I found a 66. Let's actually start up here. So we have 64, 65, 63, 62, and 66. So the 66 is in great shape. Look at the reflection on my hand there. So that one's definitely going to replace. I've got a pretty good 66, but it is right there. So it's pretty decent, but this is definitely a nicer 66. So you can kind of see them side by side there. A little bit brighter, a little bit sharper. It's not a huge difference in terms of the strike and wear, but yeah, definitely an improvement. Oops, get my finger out of the way. So then the 65, as it turns out, my 65 is actually pretty decent. So I will just keep that one in there. The 64 and 63, I think these 64 and 63 here, I took a look at them earlier. Both are a step up. So I will definitely take some flips and put those in my book. These are the young head. Look at that one. Nice shine on that, And the 62 as well. So the 62 is a bit of an improvement. over the 62 that I had in my collection here. So I will replace all of those except for that 65. So the 65 would just become part of my silver stacking, and that's what I do. I'll replace those ones that that don't improve what I have in my collection, and that becomes part of my silver stack. And yeah, so all right, I'm going to move this book, and I'll bring you back in, and we'll take a look at the dimes and the quarters there. All right, I just thought I would bring you back in here just so we could take a quick look at these. I meant to talk about this when we were looking at them earlier. So there was a change to the coat of arms on the 50-cent pieces. So from 1937 to 1954, they had the excuse me, the simplified coat of arms, which is here. And it looks pretty sharp. Like there's really nothing wrong with that. I actually really like the look of those coins. But they did make a change. And so in 1959, they updated to this coat of arms here, and which they called the modified coat of arms. Basically, they added a ribbon along the bottom here that says, and forgive my Latin, Amer Esc Admer, which translates from sea to sea. And they also added the stylized cross branches at the bottom, which contains an English rose, a Scottish, I don't know how close I can get here, Scottish thistle, an Irish shamrock, and a French fleur-de-lis, obviously to symbolize a lot of the heritage of the Europeans that came across to colonize Canada. So anyway, I thought that was kind of interesting information, and definitely you can kind of see the difference between the two coats of arms there. So, all right, now we will move into the quarters and dimes. All right, so I just have the 3/4 that I found. So again, I picked these out of the junk pile, and they were in pretty decent shape. You can see the 66 here is really quite nice. It's got a nice gloss and finish to it still. Not a lot of scratches on it. The obverse there, a little bit of toning. You can see a few more scratches on the back. But all in all, a pretty decent coin, and I actually didn't have that one at all. So that'll fill that hole. And so then the 64, it's not as nice a shape as the 66 was, but it's still pretty decent. Still got lots of gloss to it. And it's a young head on the back there. Definitely some wear, but you still see the shoulder folds there, the wreath, the hairline. So nice coin. And again, it definitely improves what I had, which was kind of a pretty beat up 64 there. I don't even know if you can make out the date on it, but anyway, that is a 64, so that's going to be a definite improvement to that one, so I will replace that. And then the last one that I found was a 62, which again I did have, but again, not a very nice one. So versus the one I found in their junk pile. So definitely a good way if you're looking to try and fill out your collection is just ask them for their junk silver, and dig through them, look for the really nice stuff. They always have some beautiful coins in their junk pile. At least the coin shop that I'm at, they had tons of them. So you just dig through, and sometimes you find some older stuff. These were obviously all fairly new, like late in the time period that they were offering 80% silver. But anyway, so those replace those ones in my quarter book. Still got a few holes I need to fill in those years. And then if I go into the next page, you can see really starting to get pretty sparse here in some of the older ones. So I have a couple. That was that 1910 I found the other day. Or no, sorry, that was a 1910 dime. That one, this quarter I've had for a little while. So, all right. Okay, so I can take this stuff out of here. We'll stick those in afterwards. And let's bring in the dime book. So these Unisafe books, I'm not a particularly big fan of them. They're all right. They don't really have everything that I'm looking for in them, and they're kind of a pain because if they're missing something, then you can pull these bottom sleeves out. So these are removable. And with a printer and some paper, you could certainly redo them. But then once you redo one, you need to throw in something. Say there's an extra variant that you want to have in there. Then you've got to redo all the remaining pages. So I am actually starting to do that with my more recent quarters. The book, if you want to know, so the book after this one runs up to 1999. I believe is what that says on there. Yeah, 1999. So the one from 2000 up to, I think it's 2000 and I want to say 13. It has, it's missing a lot of the variants. It's missing a couple of the poppy coins. Missing the 2006P with the P rather than the Royal Canadian Mint mark. There's a bunch of them that it's missing. So anyway, I might do a little video on that after this, just showing what I'm doing to kind of fix up that book. And it's been a bit of a time-consuming and pain in the butt process, but that is another project I'm working on. So let's put this book over here. And let's bring in the dime book and just take a quick look at what we've got here for dimes to replace. So this book is the 1858 to 2013, Canada's 10 cents. It's Unisafe. I'm not shilling for these guys, that's for sure, because I'm not sure I'd necessarily suggest the books, but they're better than nothing. So anyway, oops, let's move this back and pull these in here. So these are the dimes that I picked up the other day. So you can see some really nice shape on some of these. 1963, we have a 1964 and 1962, and then I found some older ones. They're not nearly as nice as the 60s are, but they're in pretty decent shape for their age. So we got a 1947 and a 1941, and you can see both King George heads there. Oops. So, as you can see from the book, I have some work to do on these. So I don't have much in the early stuff. I'll just skip through. I got that one 1910 there that I picked up in a coin roll hunt a little while ago. And let's go here. Years we got. All right, so we got a 41 and a 47. So the 47 I did have already, but you can see it's not in great shape. Got lots of tarnish on it, and this 47 is definitely an improvement on that one. So I will just get the light to, of course it slides off. So anyway, you can see the difference there. And then the 41 I didn't have at all, so that'll fill a hole for me. So I can put that in. And then we got 62, 63, and a 64. So this page obviously is getting a lot better. And so 62, 63, and 64. So 64 I didn't have. And the 62 and 63, if I come back here, you can see just the shape that they're in. These are beautiful little dimes. And you can see the backs, both young heads. A little bit of, I don't know, with the discoloration there of some type on that 62, but still a really nice looking coin. And you can see the 62 and the 63 that I had in there definitely needed some some love. So so that'll be a great improvement on what I had in my book, and the rest of that stuff will just end up in my junk silver. So that's it. That was my purchases the other day. I hope you guys found that interesting. No idea, but I don't know. I find this stuff fun and interesting to play with. So I thought you guys might want to see what I have so far, and then just what I had picked up. So, all right. Any questions or comments, please leave them below. And for sure, if you enjoyed this and you'd like more content like this as we go through some silver stuff that I have, please let me know. I do have other silver. I do have some ounces and 10-ounce bars and maples and so on. I could go through that, and have a couple other unique pieces as well. So my stack is not anywhere near what some of the silver stackers are, but I have been stacking off and on for the last few years. So anyway, please like and subscribe, and this is Great White Northerner. Take care.